So today we'll be reading about George Simmel. George Simmel said that strangers are not really conceived as individuals but a stranger of a particular type. So who was George Simmel? George Simmel was a Jewish sociologist who was born in Berlin. He studied about the urban life and the changes brought by modernization and industrialization. He also studied that there is an underlying motive behind every action and not just the behavior or the actions that is occurring superficially. So with him, even Emily Durkheim and Karl Marx work is similar with his work because they also studied the bad impacts of industrialization and modernization. And we can also quote Zygmunt Bauman here, who also told about the liquid modernity. And here we can also see that the industrial revolution, which was there in Europe and US in 19th century, brought many changes in the society. Like there were changes in the traditional social structure. Joint family changed to nuclear family. Women, the cult of domesticity, which was present in women, changed to the cult of industries. Like they were working in industries. Then people moved from rural society to urban society. So these changes led to increased freedom and liberation from constraints of traditional social structures. However, even the capitalism which came and give such liberation from traditional social structure came with some curtailments and some restrictions because of the specialization that it demanded. मतलब जो कि कैपिटलिस्ट सोसाइटी था उसने स्पेशलाइजेशन डिमांड किया, इंडिविजुअलिटी और ऑटोनॉमी को हैम्पर किया, उसको रिड्यूस कर दिया कि आप यू कैन ओनली डू दिस वर्क. एज कार्ल मार्क्स बताते हैं कि यू शुड बी अ फिशरमैन इन द इवनिंग, यू शुड बी अ डॉक्टर इन द मॉर्निंग, लाइक यू कैन डू एनीथिंग यू वांट, अ पेंटर बाय द आफ्टरनून, लाइक दैट. तो जॉर्ज सिमेल वांटेड टू अंडरस्टैंड, मतलब जॉर्ज सिमेल ये बताते हैं कि अर्बन लाइफ हैज़ अंडरमिन्ड ऑटोनॉमी एंड इंडिविजुअलिटी इन अ वे, so we have to see how it did so. In urban environment, relationship between people are affected. Why? Because in pre-modern society people are very intimately familiar with each other. Like in rural society people know each other, they are very close to each other. But in urban society there is extreme anonymity, and due to which there is a change in the consciousness and in the relation between people. So in urban center people think more in their head than their heart because they are insensitive towards other, because they are anonymous people, they do not have close relation with each other. You can see that people are living in the same society but they don't know each other, they don't meet often. And then we can see that work has taken such a major place in everybody's life that people do not get time to interact with each other. So, the rapid tempo life of society was such that people needed a protective organ to insulate them from the external and internal stimuli. So, there is a change in consciousness, and people are becoming aloof and reserved, and they are only concerned with themselves. Jersimel says so. And this was more undermined by the monetary exchange or the money culture in the cities. In rural society, relations are more important than money, but in urban society money is more important than relations. Like Simmel says that the attitude of the metropolitan can be understood as a social survival technique to cope with the mental disturbance created by the immersion in city life. So in city life, money exchange is there, people are aloof and reserved, people think more in their head than their heart, people need to have a protective organ to help protect themselves from external and internal stimuli, and people are becoming more tolerant of difference and more sophisticated, because in a city there are people from different regions, different culture, different religions, so people are more sophisticated and more accepting than rural areas. So this metropolis areas, like he gave an example, suppose like in Europe there are Jews who came. So now also we can see that in Europe there are many migrants from many countries and they're more accepting, while uh, huh. So he says that a stranger was of many social types described by Simmel, each becoming what they are through their relation with others. So here the relation with others is very important. We only describe someone relative to another person. Like if a person is a trader, it is in relation to the buyer. If a person is a doctor, it is in relationship with the patient. So we can also quote Zygmunt Bauman, Emily Durkheim, Karl Marx, and Irving Goffman's concept of civil inattention, where people minimize social interaction in public by just avoiding eye contact. So this is about the George Simmel's urban city center study.